Hey guys, how are we all doing today? Today we'll be watching Halloween 6, The Producer's Cut. Now, this is my first time watching The Producer's Cut properly. Like, for the first time, I've seen the alternate ending, but I've never seen the full movie. So I'm very curious to see what is the differences between the theatrical version and the Producer's Cut. Now, I don't have the Producer's Cut as a physical copy, but I have it, well, I found it on the internet. But I do have the theatrical version on Blu-ray, like a free pack of H2O and Resurrection, and I do like it, but I don't like it. The kills in the movie are really cool. The look of the movie is really cool. The story is fucking awful. Now, in the producer's cut, apparently they expand and make more sense of the story. So, technically, this is a first time watching of Halloween 6, the producer's cut. And if you guys can tell, I have a massive spot on my nose. Look, 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 look. I'm trying to cover it up, but it is fucking painful. So every time I speak, I can feel it. So this is gonna be a fun commentary, a very fun commentary. But it's Halloween, by the way. It is Halloween, October 31st. Just telling you the date for no reason. So why not give this a watch? It is a spooky, windy kind of weather as well. It's the perfect setting, you know. Let's make it a bit more Halloweeny music, color. Oh, the orange. Oh, the bluish thing, and then yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a great Halloween, and I am very excited to check this one out because there's been a very big debate which is better, the producer's cut or the theatrical cut, and I know there was a big turmoil behind the scenes between Harvey Weinstein and the guys behind this movie and Mustafa Akkad and but I do like this movie. When I'm on about the theatrical version, I do like it, but it's one of those movies that you feel guilty for liking because it is bad at times. It really is cheesy and it is stupid, and I'm hoping, this is my hope, I'm hoping the producer's cut will make me like it even more or whatever, because they do say this is the better version. And yeah, here it is. By the way, I am doing all three movies at once tonight because I got nothing to do. It's a Sunday, so it's a free day for me. So I'm gonna watch all three of these movies. Technically, I'm not watching that one. I'm watching the producer's cut. So I'm watching that, H2O, and Resurrection today. So if you're on my Patreon, you're gonna get all three of these bad boys uploaded one after another to celebrate Halloween. This is Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. I love that song. I love that song. But yes, Halloween 6, the producer's cut. Let's motherfucking do this, boys and girls. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm actually, it's like watching a new Halloween movie, but just a bit. It's like, it's a big comparison to make, but Zack Snyder cut, probably not as good as starring and introducing Paul Rudd. It's so crazy that Paul Rudd's in this movie. It's actually kind of funny. If you guys seen Kiss the Girls, it's kind of shot like that a little bit. Maybe with Morgan Freeman. This is definitely the worst part of the franchise. This stupid story.
When Michael Myers was 6 years old, he stabbed his sister to death. He struck them down at night and always on Halloween.
Never Christmas, never Thanksgiving, never April
The
Fools.
police tried everything to stop him. The world thought him dead, but I wasn't sure.
Baby, come to me.
So Michael was kidnapped. That's what it looks like. I wonder what John Carpenter was thinking when if he watched this movie. Oh, the music. Ah! Ooh. Hey, Maggie. He's put on some pounds. It's been a tough couple of years. That was a cool kill, though. That's a good shot. That was more grotesque in the theatrical version. You could see his neck snapping. I swear you could. That's interesting. They omitted certain things, made it less gory.
I really think I'm in love with him. I mean, he's so untamed, so uninhibited. He's everything I've ever wanted in a man.
You know, this is good. I can see the tabloids now.
I just want Michael. I want to know what's behind that mask. Deep down, I think he's just like you and me, Barry.
Nice guys finished last. Oh my god.
Michael's work isn't done in Haddonfield. And soon, come home to kill again. But this time I'll be ready.
Actually, though, Tom, I hear Smith's Grove's having a blue light on.
Thank you. Next. Barry, what happened to that psychiatrist of his, Loomis? I heard the old quack was dead.
What, are you looking for a referral?
Not dead.
You know, maybe you should contact your insurance.
Just very much retired.
Bless him. Just having a chill life. I would have retired ages ago if I was him.
Sam, I want you to come back to Smith's Grove.
You should know that it's not wise to play Halloween pranks on me.
It's no prank.
Things are different now. I'm different. I've buried the ghosts. I've buried them in this manuscript. I don't want to practice medicine anymore.
Why would you ask him to come back? Look how old he is. He's like 80. I don't understand that. But obviously, it kind of makes sense. You find it later on.
Anyone, help me, Dr. Loomis, are you out there? Can you hear me, Dr. Loomis? I need your
Please,
help.
please, no, please. Stop a minute. What the hell is going on tonight?
I don't know why you would call that.
What is this, a full moon?
Is that the Thing music in the background? Dun dun.
I can't wait until we get to Haddonfield. I'm gonna rip
It sounds so familiar. Hey up. I think Loomis should have got like a bazooka though. Stop buying it, a little pistol. Okay, it doesn't work anymore. Ah!
You can't have the baby, Michael. You can't have the baby.
That was kind of lame, actually, if you compare a death in the other movie.
It's Michael Myers. Bullshit.
This fucking guy. Oh, Luke! Look at the Myers house. It's made a transformation.
Michael is alive. I can feel his evil heart beating. I can see him. I can't go through this again. Not alone. I need your help to stop him.
Doesn't show her face around her own family for 5 years, then comes back and expects us to roll out the red carpet. You think going to college is going to make up for your mistakes, girl? Huh?
Please.
Lay off her, Dad.
Let's go, Danny. Carol, wait.
What a nice guy.
Can't we just sit down?
Before you came around, everything was going fine. Till you landed on our doorstep. You and that little bastard, even.
Oh, even he knew that was fucked up.
I see only one bastard in this house.
Danny.
you ever.
Huh.
Danny.
So is the movie going with the idea that he's going the same road as Michael is? That
He's always staring out his window. Last night I caught him watching me.
That must be Tommy. On a
Why
weird
is he-
scale of 1 to 10, he rates about a 13. Suppose messed up his head pretty bad. He's harmless, though.
why is he just
Lonely.
standing there?
Has arrived and is now ready for boarding through the side door.
It's like having Jim Carrey in a Halloween movie, or like Owen Wilson. He was in like one of the Anaconda movies, wasn't he?
Michael Myers is my business.
It's been quiet here for 6 years, and that's the way it's gonna stay. And the last thing I need now is you going around spouting off ghost stories.
It was a ghost talking on the radio last night, and that's a ghost being carried out here right now.
Man has a point.
It's my baby. There's been an accident.
What kind of accident?
Get me a doctor now!
Oh,
Security?
that always makes me
Sam,
laugh.
there's nothing you can do for her now.
Get me a doctor now.
Mother was babysitting me the night when
Tommy Doyle. What are you doing?
the family, relatives of the people who adopted Laurie Strodes, they're living in the Myers house.
Get me a doctor now.
I'm very sorry, Mrs. Strode.
Who are you?
I came to help your family.
What makes you think he'll come back here?
This house is sacred to him. He has all his memories here. His rage.
Jamie, I thought that
She's been found outside Haddonfield. Stabbed.
Well, she dies straight away in the theatrical version, doesn't she?
Mrs. Strode, Michael Myers has come back to Haddonfield to kill.
So get the fuck out the house. Always listen to Loomis.
Hello?
We want the child.
Who is this?
That was a good kill. That was good. It was good. That was a nice callback to the original when he breaks his pumpkin.
Sorry. I'm your neighbor from across the street. I'm Tommy Doyle.
What are you doing with my son? And where's my mother?
You're in danger. Come with me.
She surprisingly agrees to that. The dude that was staring at you through the fucking window like a weirdo.
Mommy?
Kind of reminiscent of Tommy seeing Michael through outside through the window, maybe.
Michael, please don't hurt me.
What the f?
Your work is done now, Jamie.
Runes are a kind of early alphabet that originated in Northern Europe.
That music again. It's the thing.
The Druids were also great mathematicians and astronomers, but the thorn symbol is actually a constellation of stars that appears from time to time. Whenever it appears, he appears.
Little Mikey Myers that lived across the street. And that's when the voice came. It told him to kill his family.
Daddy, kill it for him.
God damn it. She actually left.
You've got a guest. I absolutely love this death. His head just fucking explodes. It's a glorious way for him to die. The fucking music there. Wouldn't that be electrocuting Michael as well? Wait. They changed that part too.
And when we return, we'll be coming at you live from the one, the only, Myers house.
I would ask him for a lot of money first if he wanted to film it at my house.
About half a mile, but I don't know if my folks will...
Good, I'll meet you there in 5.
What about the kids?
I'll call you when I get back, Paul. Bye-bye.
Paul. It's Paul from the first one.
Where the...
Did he stab him with a dick? WKNB. If you went into the other van, you would have been fine.
It's raining red. Mommy, it's raining red.
Look up, kids.
It's warm.
Ugh. That is creepy.
Thanks. I'll be in a minute.
I don't think they did that in the... There is some stark differences between this and the theatrical version. It's no Zack Snyder's Justice League, but...
What the hell is going on?
Beth, look out! There's someone in the room. He's right behind you.
Ah! You know what, guys? Dare I say it? I'm enjoying this so far. Ah! That door will stop him. Oh, Mikey. Bulking season. Wow, Michael. You dumbass. Use that. I said use that, not who's that. Go away.
No. Please.
Careful with the girl.
Win.
It kind of makes sense why you want him to come back to Smith's Grove.
Oh God, hurry, we have to...
Hello, dear.
She's scary, she is. That's me when my boss asked me to stay at work for a couple more hours.
Why didn't they just kill us?
It's his game, and I know where he wants to play it. You wait here. Don't go anywhere until I come back. Win.
You gotta respect Donald Pleasance, man. Like, he's stuck with this franchise after all these years.
Michael, we've given him the power, the gift of Thorn. I protect Michael. Watch over him. And
I thought Michael was a monster. But you...
So is his guardian and to help balance things out and to be fair though, where would you guys have gone after Halloween 5? The whole
by these runes transform us. Let the hammer descend. Michael, your final sacrifice.
Michael, the baby is yours, isn't it? Isn't it, Michael?
Do as he says! Do it! You should join us. You have talent.
Go!
It worked. Power of the runes stopped him.
Michael.
It's like when your controller breaks when you're playing a game and you're just staying still, like in a fighting game. Oh, for fuck's sake. The power of the rune stopped him. Get me a doctor now.
Come with us.
No, I have a little business to attend to here.
Was this supposed to be his last movie or not? I'm not really sure.
It's all over now.
It's your game now, Dr. Loomis.
And that was Halloween 6, the producer's cut. Huh. I don't like the last 20 minutes of that movie. I really don't. I'll tell you this. It's my first time watching the producer's cut, like, properly. Because every time I go to watch this movie, I go to the theatrical cut because it was more accessible to me. Ever since I was young, I always had a average or kind of an enjoyable time watching it. The kills were good. It felt more like a Halloween movie. The last one was felt... Let's not talk about that one. But Michael was more badass. He wasn't crying in this one. He did put on some weight, like a bulking season, you know? Trying to put on some mass. Or he's just old and getting older now and getting fat. And the fact that Paul Rudd's in this, I just think it's amazing. Because look at how much how much of a star he is now. And you can tell this is like the black sheep. Like, I'm not proud of this, so I'm not going to talk about it that much in interviews. And it's great to see Pleasance one last time in this role he loved so much. So there's a lot of reasons why I give this a pass more than the last one. But watching the producer's cut, I noticed there is some good things about it, some good differences it made. Number one, it has more of the vintage Halloween music in it. In the theatrical version, there's more like rock music, more of the music that you heard during the 90s instead of the vintage Halloween music, which I like. Makes it feel more like a Halloween movie. The kills, most of them are watered down compared to the theatrical version, to be more, because Halloween is not known for blood and gore like Friday the 13th is, or Nightmare on Elm Street. But in this one, I do feel like the guy exploding, the douchebag father exploding was a cool death, and I wish they had that in this one. And I wish they had the scene when Michael just kills all those doctors and fucks them all up with the strobe light, like that. Towards the end, they don't have that in this one. I feel like that's a cool part of the movie. So, for me, my perfect version of this movie is, I do like the first 40 minutes. You have more Loomis in it. The story makes a bit more sense, but let's be honest, the story was never going to be great anyway. The shit they had to deal with after what H5 gave them, they were always going to be back towards the corner. And they did the best they could, I guess. But this whole cult and Michael being controlled by this cult, and there's a ritual towards the end, the sacrifice of innocence, and that kid being the next Michael, it just doesn't work for me. It's like the Wicker Man meets Halloween, and I don't find it scary. I just think it's kind of stupid. It makes Michael like a glorified bodyguard, and for me, that doesn't work. The Dr. Wynn character, so the Dr. Wynn was in the first movie with the mustache and the brown clothes and all that. Brown hair, looks a lot different than the one we got here, but it turns out he was behind this, he was part of this cult, and he was behind Michael the entire time. And I don't know, like, if you watch the first one and watch this one after watching all those sequels, it just feels weird, doesn't it? Like, come on. But I do have a soft spot for this movie, and this cut, would I call this producer's cut better than the theatrical cut? I don't think it's better. I think it's the same. I really do. The only thing I would give the theatrical cut over is one of the kills, and the endings. I think the ending's better than this one, because it's more of a badass. The strobe light, him killing all the doctors, that's cool. There's more carnage. There's more action towards the end, and the other thing as well. What they do with Loomis here, I don't understand what they're trying to do with him, because it's quite obvious in this movie. He knows he can't continue doing this. He's been retired for 6 years. He looks really old in this one. Like, you can tell he's aged considerably since the last one. He sound like how he talks now, like that's how he speaks. Like, he's weathered now, and he was happily retired in the beginning of this movie, which I like. I like the fact that he's not as insane as he was in the last movie. So having him having this Thorn thing and him continuing in some capacity, like if he was still alive, I just don't think it would have made sense. I feel like it would have been better if they just killed him off towards the end, and that was open to interpretation at the theatrical cut, where you hear him screaming, and there's the mask just laying there, and it makes you think that he was killed by Michael. So I feel like that makes more sense than him having the call of Thorn thing and carrying on, and I just don't think, I can see why people hated that ending. I really do. But if this movie flowed better, it just flowed better compared to the theatrical cut. The way this movie, as a story, it seemed more, what's the word? It flowed better, even though it's a shit story. It really is, but in the theatrical cut, it didn't know what it was doing. It really didn't, but it was trying to be more shocking. The theatrical cut was. It wasn't. It was trying to be the 90s, what the 90s were trying to be, and Harvey Weinstein was behind that cut of the movie, and the kills were more shocking and all that stuff. This was more Halloween, but the story was still terrible, and I still like this movie a hell of a lot more than Halloween 5. I really do. Maybe that's a weird opinion for me compared to you guys, because most of you guys hate this movie as much or worse than H5. But considering, I always see it at the perspective of considering what they had to deal with, they did pretty well. And I love the look of it. I love the atmosphere of it. I just like the mood of it too. And Michael is kind of back to how he was in Halloween 4, plus the couple of pounds he's put on. And Loomis is more of the calm Loomis we got from the previous movies. It feels more in tone of what we got in H4 in terms of those components. But with the story of trying to explain what happened with the cult and all that stuff, it is pretty bad. It is. Because he doesn't belong in this franchise. And it definitely is the lowest point of this franchise. And that's why he gets retconned in the next one. And I like Paul Rudd in this. Probably because it's Paul Rudd. But it is fun watching him in this franchise. It really is. Because you always think, like, whoa, he was in this franchise, wasn't he? And he's playing this pretty messed up guy, you can tell, and he's not socially all there, but he's not a bad guy either. He has some hilarious moments in this movie. When he's like, get me a doctor now. There's some funny moments of him. And the other characters are disposable. Like, okay, you have the arsehole dad. You have those two kids, teenagers, whatever. Then you have that podcaster or the radio guy. He was like Howard Stern or whatever. How he was. And, who cares? I didn't care really that much about that. But it's Halloween, and I watched it, and I was in that mode throughout the most of it. But what they do with Jamie, though, in it, what they did with Rachel in the last movie is what they do with this. What they do with Jamie in this one. I just realized they just kill her off straight away. Well, in this one, actually, she gets it's directly implied that directly implied. That's a bit of a paradox. It's pretty much directly said that Michael fucked Jamie, and Jamie's baby is probably Michael's the dad, and she gets stabbed, and then she gets shot in the head by a gun with a silencer by Dr. Wynn, 3/4 in the movie. So why was she alive anyway? Oh dear, what they do with her character is a shame, and she's, I don't know, like, would it have made more sense if she and Tommy were together, or going against Michael, and you had Liam? I don't know, but in this trilogy, the Thorn of Cult trilogy, probably the most fucked up trilogy of all time in terms of continuity, in terms of character building, in terms of all that shit. You build an attachment towards Daniel Harris's character in the first two movies of this trilogy, and then they just completely fucking ruin her in this one. They did kind of ruin her in the last one, but the performance by Harris and her still being the main character kind of helped it. But this trilogy could have had so much more potential. They could have built more on the relationship between Rachel and Daniel Harris's character and Jamie, and have that be the focal point of the trilogy. And Loomis, bless him, he's still underused in this movie. He is underused. There is certain scenes in this that we didn't see in the theatrical version. I noticed that, which is good. Good to see more of him. But yeah, this movie is a mess. It is a mess. But I enjoy it in a weird way. I really do. Probably because of nostalgia reasons, even though I watched Halloween 5 ever since I was young, and it always bothered me. So, yeah. That was my reaction to Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, the producer's cut. My first time watching the producer's cut, and it's not better, but it's alright. Yeah, not bad. Yeah. And if you guys are interested, you can watch the full length reactions on my Patreon, where I can watch full length reactions to all the movies and TV show episodes I watch on Patreon. And I will see you guys next time, and have a good day.